Have you ever taken a pill, trusting it would help your body, only to wonder later if it might actually be harming your mind? What if some of the most common medications, pills you or your friends may take every day, could quietly affect memory, attention, and even long-term brain health? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because today we'll explore the surprising truth about certain medications and aging brains. Through the story of Harold and Susan, two friends in their 70s, you'll discover the risks, the warning signs, and the steps you can take to protect your memory without giving up your health. And here's something fun. When you hear the third pill on this list, if you agree it's the one most people overlook, type the number 3 in the comments. I want to see how many of you feel the same way. Let's begin. Chapter 1. A troubling conversation. Harold and Susan met at their favorite diner every Thursday morning. They had been friends since college, now both retired, both proud grandparents. But this morning, Susan looked worried. "Harold," she said, "do you ever forget simple things? Yesterday I walked into the kitchen and couldn't remember why. Last week I misplaced my keys 3 times. I'm scared it's the beginning of dementia." Harold leaned forward. "I've had moments like that too, but before we panic, maybe we should look at what else could be going on. My doctor once told me sometimes it isn't the brain itself, it's the pills we take." Susan blanked. "Pills? You mean medications can make us forgetful?" Harold nodded. "Yes, some of the most common ones. Let me tell you what I've learned." Chapter 2. The first pill. Sleeping medications. Susan sighed. "Oh no, I take one of those almost every night." Sleeping pills, including benzodiazepines and some sedatives, can calm the brain enough to help you drift off. But studies show they also interfere with how the brain forms memories. Over time, they may increase confusion, grogginess, and even the risk of falls. Practical tip. If you rely on sleeping pills, talk to your doctor about alternatives. Gentle routines like warm tea, light stretching, or dimming the lights before bed can improve sleep naturally. Melatonin in small doses may be safer for older adults. Susan whispered, "No wonder I've felt foggy in the mornings." Chapter 3. The second pill. Antihistamines. Harold pulled out a small packet. "Do you ever take these for allergies or sleep? They're called antihistamines." Susan nodded. "Yes, especially the over-the-counter ones. Many antihistamines, especially the older, sedating types, block a chemical in the brain called acetylcholine. This chemical is vital for memory and learning. When it's blocked, thinking becomes slower, and long-term use may raise the risk of dementia." Practical tip. If you need allergy relief, ask your doctor about newer antihistamines that don't cross into the brain as strongly. Always check if the pill says, "may cause drowsiness." Those are usually the ones to avoid long-term. Chapter 4. The third pill. Bladder control medications. This one shocked Susan. "Wait, you mean the pills for bladder leaks?" Yes, medications often prescribed for overactive bladder also block acetylcholine. That means while they may calm the bladder, they can also confuse the brain. Some seniors on these drugs report memory lapses, dizziness, and trouble concentrating. Practical tip. If bladder issues are mild, pelvic floor exercises, reducing caffeine, or scheduled bathroom trips may help. If medication is necessary, discuss options that have fewer brain effects. If you agree this third pill is one of the most surprising, type the number 3 in the comments. I want to see how many of you reacted the same way as Susan. Chapter 5. The fourth pill. Certain painkillers.
Susan remembered her husband taking pain medication after back surgery. Could pain pills affect the brain too? Harold nodded. Yes, opioid painkillers can slow thinking and dull memory. They work by calming pain signals, but they also calm brain activity. Long-term use can lead to dependence, confusion, and sometimes depression. Practical tip. For chronic pain, explore alternatives like physical therapy, gentle stretching, or topical creams. If opioids are necessary, use the lowest dose for the shortest time possible. Chapter 6. The fifth pill. Blood pressure medications. Susan gasped, but half of our friends take those. Not all blood pressure pills affect the brain, but some older types, like beta blockers, can cause fatigue, depression, or memory lapses in certain people. They don't harm everyone, but for sensitive brains, they may lower alertness. Practical tip. Never stop heart medications suddenly. If you notice brain fog, ask your doctor about alternative blood pressure drugs that are safer for the mind. Chapter 7. The sixth pill. Stomach acid blockers. Harold added one more. Do you take anything for heartburn? Susan nodded. Almost every week. Proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs, reduce stomach acid, but long-term use can lower vitamin B12 levels, which are essential for brain health. Low B12 can lead to memory problems, mood changes, and even nerve damage. Practical tip. If you need acid relief, try lifestyle changes. Eat smaller meals, avoid lying down right after eating, reduce spicy foods. Ask your doctor to check your B12 levels if you use acid blockers regularly. Chapter 8. Signs your pills might be affecting your brain. Susan leaned back, wide-eyed. Harold, how do I even know if my pills are causing memory problems? Here are some warning signs. New confusion or forgetfulness after starting a medication. Feeling groggy, unsteady, or overly sleepy. Trouble finding words or following conversations. Sudden mood swings or irritability. If you notice these changes, don't panic, but do talk to your doctor. Never stop medication on your own, but always ask if safer options exist. Chapter 9. What doctors recommend instead? Harold smiled. The good news, Susan, is the doctors aren't just taking things away. They're helping us replace them with safer choices. Here are some science-backed strategies. Review medications regularly. Bring all your pills to your doctor once a year. Ask, do I still need this? Lifestyle first. Sleep hygiene, diet, and exercise often reduce the need for certain medications. Simplify prescriptions. The fewer drugs, the lower the chance of side effects. Brain-friendly choices. For each condition, ask about alternatives that protect cognition. Chapter 10. Lifestyle habits to protect memory. Susan felt hopeful. So if I take care of myself, maybe I won't need so many pills. Exactly. Here are the pillars of brain health after 50. Exercise. Even light walking increases blood flow to the brain. Nutrition. Leafy greens, berries, fish, and nuts protect brain cells. Hydration. Dehydration often looks like confusion in seniors. Sleep. Quality sleep clears waste products from the brain. Social connection. Talking, laughing, and learning with others keeps the brain young. Mental challenges. Reading, puzzles, or even learning a new skill stimulate memory. Chapter 11. A New Perspective. Weeks later, Susan met Harold again at the diner. This time, she looked brighter. I spoke to my doctor. We changed one of my medications, and I already feel clearer. I'm sleeping better, and I even joined a book club. I thought my memory was fading for good, but it turns out my brain just needed a chance. Harold raised his coffee cup to wiser choices and sharper minds. Call to action. Now I want to ask you, out of these 6 pills, sleeping medications, antihistamines, bladder drugs, painkillers, blood pressure medications, or acid blockers, which one surprised you the most? Pick the one that shocked you and write it in the comments. And remember, if you agree with number 3, the bladder control medications, type the number 3 below. Let's see how many of you share Susan's reaction. If this story opened your eyes, hit the like button and subscribe for more health insights. Because every week we share new stories and science about healthy aging, living longer, and protecting the brain. After all, aging isn't just about adding years to life. It's about adding clarity, joy, and purpose to every day.